Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Breakfast All Day. Christy and Alonso and Matt, they're going to talk about Synchronic, a film that I have, alas, not had a chance to see because we're all very busy.
Synchronic is about two paramedics played by Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan. They have been friends since high school. They have seen some shit. And in fact, one of the lines is that one of them says is, they tell you you've seen everything on this job, and we have. We see them early on come across somebody who's had a OD, but then maybe also got stabbed with a sword. There's some new drug out on the market that makes people hallucinate, but oh no, it's more than that. It makes them travel through time.
Even you saying it makes it sound totally fucking stupid, Matt.
As you do.
Okay, so it's a weird premise. I'll admit, it's kind of a weird premise, but I went with it, and I actually kind of dug this movie. And I think partly is Anthony Mackie, for the most part, really carries this movie, and Jamie Dornan is game for this. Like, you get that these guys are like, they've settled where they're at, and the job that they have is breaking them. Not like you see in the Nicolas Cage, Martin Scorsese movie.
Bringing Out the Dead.
Right, Bringing Out the Dead. It's not like that, but it's these guys have had enough of this, and they probably need to find new gigs. It's really, really kind of like, you could see it's taken its toll on them. And there's, I thought there was a decent chemistry there. And I think that when Anthony Mackie is a character, when his character starts to realize what this drug does and what's going on, you see him start to experiment, and he's fairly smart about it. And so this movie looked like it's kind of predictable where it goes, but I think it does it with a little bit of, it's got a little panache to it. I think there's some interesting style, and I kind of dug this. That's why I asked you to watch it, because I'm probably being a bit soft on it. It's set in New Orleans. It's, and it at times really feels like it's there, especially some of these old houses that they go into. And, when during the experiments, there's time travel, and that has different effects. And this movie worked for me. It's not genius. And I think in large part, it worked partly because of what Mackie and Dornan are doing here.
It's trying to do so much. It's a really, really ambitious movie in terms of its themes, in terms of its narrative. It's trying to cram in so much into a manageable running time, to an extent that I wonder whether this idea would work better in a television series.
You're probably right. It probably actually would.
Every episode, you go back to a different place in time.
Right. Either that, or there was another movie, or cut it down to an hour-long Black Mirror, right? Like,
an hour-long what?
Black Mirror.
Oh, yeah. This is co-directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, and Justin Benson wrote it. And it is about this friendship and these guys who have seen some shit, and a lot of the seedy stuff that goes on the streets of New Orleans is very vivid and visceral, and there's sort of a sickly sheen to everything. There's they're stuck in a morass visually that represents how they feel emotionally and professionally, and that makes sense, but it wears on you. And then it is about the time travel element and the fun, quote unquote, of that. And what are the rules, and how do you get yourself to the exact place in time in history that you want to be? And Anthony Mackie trying to figure that out is kind of interesting. And then it's about a serious disease. And I think it's also an allegory about drug use. I mean, it is about drug use, but I think it's trying to say something about both the highs and the lows of drug use in a way that reminded me of Limitless, right? So it's that kind of movie too, where it's trying to have the fun of, drugs take you someplace exciting, but also drugs are bad for you. And they want to have it both ways with that.
Drugs are bad, okay.
Yeah, and then there's a whole missing persons story that gets intertwined with the time travel, and it's trying to be so many kinds of movie at once, and I don't know that it juggles them all with a whole lot of confidence or panache. I admire its ambition. They are going for it, but it just did not work for me as a whole. It was a cohesive whole.
Yeah.
How is Jamie Dornan? Just because I like Robert Pattinson post Twilight, I want him to be interesting.
I like him in this. There's a movie I saw him in also called Endings Beginnings that I kind of hated, where it's him and Shailene Woodley and somebody else, and they're like in a love triangle. What's it?
Right.
Did we review it? Why did I see it?
Not me. Is this from that guy who did?
I remember seeing that.
The Jennifer Lawrence Anton Yelkin movie where he makes furniture.
Drake Doremus. Yes, he did.
Yes.
Like crazy.
I didn't see it.
Yes.
You hated Like Crazy, Alonso.
I did hate Like Crazy, and the one that he did with Kristen Stewart. So yeah,
same guy. Yes. Anyway, so Jamie Dornan, he's pretty good in that. I mean, I like when he's Irish. He's not Irish here. But
I think he's
better than Christian Grey gives him a chance to be.
Right. I mean, he's solid in this. Like, he holds his own and does what the script needs him to do, which is, be the guy who's almost as broken as Anthony Mackie is. And that kind of oppressive feeling that goes through the whole film. Like, I thought that helped the film work. Like, it is, it's a slog in a way that it's supposed to be. It is, you do feel like they're stuck. And even in the time travel, they're stuck. And that all kind of worked for me.
It is a slog, but then the time travel comes along, and I suspect that it's meant to be fun. And I suspect that it's meant to enliven the film, even though what happens during the time travel is not like Bill and Ted, joyful exploration by any means.
I disagree.
Shit goes down in the time travel.
Right, but I disagree because I think that, I don't want to give too much away, but I think that the context of why the time travel happens versus what the company was trying to, what was the intention was, I think is part of the narrative. It's part of, like, you're still stuck. You're still, this isn't, it should be fun. I mean, it's what you were saying. This should be fun, and it's not. It actually sucks.
Time travel, but make it boring.
Well, if it's a drug metaphor, then I think that pretty much,
Anyway,
this is supposed to be fun.
I guess so. I'm saying 4.8. I admire what it's going for, but it may be going for too much.
What did I say? 7?
You said 7.
Yeah, 7.
Do you like your 7?
Stick by that. Yeah, I do like my 7.
Okay, so
you're trying to talk me down?
No. So 5.9 is our number. Synchronic came out last week, and we're playing catch up with it. I believe it's only in theaters right now.
I think so. I wouldn't say it's worth going to the theater, but when you get a chance to stream it, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. The Mandalorian is back, and we're all over that. And we're talking about more Nexium hijinks over on Starz with their show Seduced. And then, of course, our monthly Off the Menu. Our listeners have chosen a horror classic for us to review. And so we're talking about the Japanese masterpiece, Hausu. So all of that and more waiting for you over at our Patreon page, patreon.com/BeFastAllDay.
I want to say something really fast before we go. You guys hang in there this week. It's going to be a crazy week, whether you live in the United States or anywhere in the world, because this election is going to affect the whole world, unfortunately. Keep in touch with us and let us know how you're doing, how you're coping in whatever direction it is.
Be ready for there not being results on Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, just be kind to yourself and take the day off on Wednesday. Get
donuts.
See what happens.
Get
donuts. If you learn one thing from the Donut King,
for donuts.
Anyway, so just hang in there, you guys, and let us know how you're doing. And we whatever happens, we will be back next week.
Yes.
Bye.